a new species which I'm describing from Colombia. I just happened to pick out. A real beauty. I'm naming it Bellatrix because the soldier is so powerful looking. Bellatrix means Amazon warrior.
Edward Osborne Wilson has been a professor of biology at Harvard University for over 30 years. As a teacher, he has inspired several generations of students to take a greater interest in science and to see its relevance to their everyday lives. Wilson is the author of several important books on science. In 1979, he was awarded the Pulitzer Prize. As a young boy growing up in Alabama, Wilson dreamed of becoming an explorer and making discoveries. His enthusiasm for the natural world propelled him toward a career in science that has encompassed studies in the biology of social insects, ecology, biogeography, sociobiology, and environmental conservation. Professor Wilson has been awarded numerous honors for his work, including the National Medal of Science.
The scientist is much more of a storyteller and a myth maker than I think most scientists realize or at least care to admit. I've always been taken by the formula suggested by the filmmaker Howard Hawks, who said, if you're a storyteller, find a good story and tell it. The scientist is in fact a storyteller looking for a story to tell. Not of fiction, but certainly a product of the imagination, passed through the crucible of testing in the real world. But his whole aim as a social being is to imagine this new thing, maybe stimulated by an observation or an idea of some relationship, a metaphor, an analogy or whatever, to imagine it, to see if it could be true, to explore its implications, to generate a paradigm experiment, an experiment which demonstrates it in some dramatic way. And the scientists then use the term elegant as a highly approving expression. That means you can show what you were trying to show, you can tell your story in a way that is startling, new, and convincing, and easily understood and transparent. And then your aim is to return to the public at large, preferably your colleagues who have the ability to appreciate or willingness to appreciate what you've done, and you tell that story.